right, good afternoon, everyone. We're back for the afternoon. Um, let's address Zulma Cosme,
North Broward.
North Broward. All right, Ms. Cosme, you're before the court for KPS on a possession of drug paraphernalia charge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what does is this? No, what does she wish to do?
I don't know, Judge. We had a little confusion getting some of the dockets up, but Ms. Cosme, are you interested in resolving this charge today?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And did the state have an offer?
You want to take time served, Ms. Cosme?
Yes, sir.
Is your head okay?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Cosme, you understand the offer that has been
Yes, I do.
extended to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is there anything preventing you from accepting this offer today?
No, there's not.
All right, please raise your right hand as best you can. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
You can put your hand down. And Ms. Cosme, do you need any more time to speak with the attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
And you understand you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea, you're giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
Yes, I have.
And is there anything about that that would prevent you from making a decision today?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand, ma'am, that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes, I do understand that.
What plea do you wish to enter, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given, and your sentence is adjudication and time served. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Kaylee Shanahan.
She's here present, Judge at Maine. She's approaching. Come on up, man.
All right, Ms. Shanahan, you're before the court. Charge 1 is false ID given to a law enforcement officer. Number 2 is possession of drug paraphernalia. Number 3 is a misdemeanor capias. The court does find probable cause.
Judge, in speaking with Ms. Shanahan earlier today, she wishes to resolve these matters today.
Offer from the state would be adjudication time served on 1 and 2, adjudication time served on 3, plus an HIV test.
Okay?
She wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
All right, Ms. Shanahan, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. And do you understand the offer that has been extended to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you need any more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
You understand you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
In the past.
Okay, and is there anything about that that will prevent you from making a decision today?
No, ma'am.
Have you, and do you understand that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes.
All right, what plea do you wish to enter, guilty or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
I accept your no contest plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence, adjudication, time served on all 3 counts. On count 3, you're required to take a HIV test, okay?
Good luck, man.
Jody Decker.
North Broward.
Hi.
Hello. All right, Ms. Decker, you're before the court for charge 1, false ID given to law enforcement, and number 2 is a misdemeanor capias. This is a capias for a petty theft that was issued January of 2019 for failure to appear at a hearing. The court finds probable cause.
Judge, I was going to ask the court to consider releasing Miss Decker on her own recognizance. The reason that she missed court was because she moved to a different address and she never got the notice. And then when she called up to find out when her court date would be, they told her there already was a warrant out. So she tried to make arrangements to reschedule the hearing, but she got arrested on the capias in the meantime.
I'm a little concerned, one, because when she encountered law enforcement, she gave a fake name. As far as her failing to appear in court, she got court notice in open court. She knew when her court date was. It's not about receiving notice. I'm looking at it right here in front of Judge Levy on November 15th of last year. MDP status, January 7th, 2019. It's checked off, given to defendant in open court.
And does she, aside from this misdemeanor, does she have any other priors?
I have to check. I know there was a grand theft last year that was dropped. Nancy, you don't have any notes, do you?
Every day, you know something happens. In my experience, people say, that's not like Poppy. Poppy come to work every day. Yeah, Poppy.
After his mic's on.
All right, Ms. Decker, I'm gonna release you to pretrial supervision. You need to report, failure to report, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. And, you gotta deal with, all the other issues that you have, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I left a message for Robin, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her, okay? Don't miss
Okay.
court again, Jody.
Oh, no way. I didn't know I had the court date, I
All
promise.
right, that's enough. Just don't
Thank
miss
you
again.
so much.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Willie Beal?
All right.
Mr. Beal is here, present judge at Maine. He is approaching. Come on up, sir.
All right, Mr. Beal is before the court. Charge one is delivering cocaine within 1,000 feet of a place of worship. And number two is selling cannabis within 1,000 feet of a place of worship. And the court finds probable cause.
Judge, and speaking of Mr. Beal, this comes as a complete shock to him. He doesn't know anything about this case, doesn't know about a date of incident or the location or anything like that. He assures me if he would have known about this, he would have come to court. I did advise him these are not in custody capiases. This probably happened some time ago. Having said that, Judge, he's looking forward to having his day in court. He did sign up with the Public Defender's Office, so he's anxious to meet with this attorney so he can go over what the state is actually, the allegations are. But having said that, Judge, he's been here his whole entire life. He's 47 years old. He tells me he is employed. He's been working for the same company for about 2 years now in landscaping. He gets a salary, he gets approximately $400 a week. He lives locally here in Fort Lauderdale with his girlfriend. They rent an apartment. They've been there for about 3 months. Judge, he will be coming back to court because he wants to have his day in court, but he has no one to help post his bond. He's asking the court if the court would consider releasing him today on pretrial release.
Your Honor, the state would ask that you keep the bonds in place, would object to outright ROR to pretrial on a first and second degree felony. As you can see, this is a basis from an arrest warrant with the undercover law enforcement. His criminal history, 2014, grand theft and uttering a forged instrument, a year and a day state prison. Trespass 2013, trespass disorderly conduct 2013, grand theft auto 2010, felony battery due to priors 09, a year and a day state prison, battery 08, resisting without violence 08, corruption by threat against public official 04, with a VOP 12 and a half months state prison, failure to pay at a restaurant 02, grand theft between $20 and $100,000 02 with a VOP 16 and a half months state prison, theft 02, trespass failure to pay at a restaurant 01, attempt to defraud an innkeeper 01, failure to pay 01, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more failure to pay or defrauding innkeeper between 2000 and 2001, possession of cocaine 99, failure to pay 99, 3 more failures to pay between 97 and 99, possession of cocaine 96, grand theft 95.
Judge, from what I heard, I know he has a pass, that is his pass, but I don't believe he's had anything serious lately. Judge, we're asking once again for pretrial. He has a place to stay, and we would like to know when the alleged date of incident, he doesn't know anything about this.
All right.
It's October 10th, 2018.
Thank you.
I'm gonna impose a bond of $2,500 on each count. Okay. Alex Hudson.
Been advised he was released, Judge?
All right, Mr. Hudson was released. Michael Johnson.
He's here present, Judge, at Maine, and he was adamant he's declining. The public defender is going to hire his own attorney.
That's okay, Mr.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm well, Mr. Johnson. You're before the court for possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. Number 2, possession of heroin. Number 3, possession of alprazolam. And number 4, driving while license suspended. The court finds probable cause, and I've been advised by confinement that your bond has been posted. Okay? Good luck, sir.
Have a great day, man.
You too. Jatavius Miller.
Who's your attorney on that case? Well, he's here, Judge.
Mr. Miller is before the court. Charge 1, false ID given to law enforcement. 2 and 3, felony violation of pretrial. Those are no bond holds. Not for magistrate. The court finds probable cause, and he has a $100 bond on count 1. Okay?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
And then Jamal Bell, who was at North Broward, I believe.
Yes, ma'am, he is.
Is he into? He was from this morning that we reset him, yes. All right, Mr. Bell, you're before the court. Charge 1 is battery on an officer. Number 2 is resisting officer without violence. Number 3, resisting officer with violence. Number 4, trespassing, occupied structure or conveyance. Number 5, obstruction or depriving means of protection. And number 6 is a misdemeanor capias.
Ma'am, all that stuff is nonsense.
I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Bell, not to talk about your case, because you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say here can and will be used against you at a later time. So I just want to tell you that before you say anything, okay? The court does find probable cause.
Your Honor, I see no history. That being said, based on the nature of the allegations, I'd be requesting a $1,500 bond on 1, a $500 bond on 3, and a $1,500 bond on count 5.
We're going in the view room.
Judge, in light of the fact that Mr. Bell has no criminal history, I'd ask the court to consider releasing him to pretrial release.
I'm a good person.
Your Honor, I understand Mr. Reedy's request, but frankly, just the allegation that he ripped off the officer's radio, preventing him from calling back.
Mr. Bell, don't discuss your case, Mr. Bell.
Okay.
All right, this is today's not your trial date.
Tell a
though.
lie. Don't say nothing if you don't know nothing.
So, Your Honor, I believe these allegations warrant a monetary bond. I know. All right.
I don't think Mr. Bell is going to be able to come up with a monetary bond, Judge. And again, this is his first encounter with law enforcement.
Said that. I said he was a private.
Oh, this.
Number 6 alone means it's not his first encounter with law enforcement.
based on the allegations, I am going to, I'm gonna impose $1,000 bond on count one and 500 on three and 500 on five. Okay? Lots of things going on here. All right. Okay, good luck, Mr. Bell.
If you can't make your bond, we'll probably see you back here in a few days, okay?
Oh, I can't make no bond. They done took me away from job. I need to go to work. I don't need to be here. I didn't do nothing. And y'all nothing.
All right. On our felony hearing docket, we only, Gary Haberly?
Judge, I've been informed he's a medical reset.
Yeah, he hasn't had his first appearance yet,
No,
I
he
don't.
did.
He did?
He finally came through over the weekend.
Oh,
And
okay.
Judge Orlando reduced his bond to $250, and now we're being pulled into
Oh,
medical reset.
okay, all right. Okay, so it was a reset, all right. On our misdemeanor hearing docket, Giovanni Codrington,
All right.
all right. Mr. Codrington was arrested on July 24th, so this is a second look at a bond status?
Sure.
And
Yes,
is it true
Judge,
that,
I
you know, it's a
bel-
misdemeanor?
Right, it's failing to register a vehicle, and I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Was there some other charge when he was arrested?
there was. He just had his probation reinstated, although there is some issue as to whether or not it was going to automatically terminate upon payment of restitution, which he advised me he's paid the restitution.
Oh,
He also has a hold out of Dade County.
okay.
He's interested in trying to resolve the count currently before the court so Dade can come and get him,
Okay.
but he doesn't want any points on his license.
He offers a withhold.
All right, you want to do that, Mr. Codrington? It's no points on your license.
As long as this can't violate my probation.
He's already been reinstated.
I can't advise you on that. I thought you said that was already resolved.
No, he's got a probation out of Dade County also.
Oh, out of date.
No, I'm
When
not
was he
on probation
put-
in Dade
when
County. I'm not on probation in Dade
Hold
County.
hold on, Mr. Codrington.
He's in custody, this is the only charge that's holding him in custody. For the VOP, his probation is reinstated, which is why they asked him to put on.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you already handled your violation of probation and you were reinstated. So this is the only thing that is holding you in custody? So what do you want to do, sir?
I mean, I would like to resolve it, but I don't want it to, by me resolving it, if I get in, something.
Maybe you want to, maybe you want to speak to your attorney.
Yeah, maybe we need to talk a little bit more,
All right.
Giovanni.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Just have one moment.
But what I'd like to know is if he does have a warrant out of Dade County, because BSO Pic shows that he does.
Okay. First off, the question is, if he has a case out of Dade, when is it? Because it's a 2012 failure to register.
Okay.
Secondly, he's had violations on his other case going back from 2011 to 2016, now to 2019. So I can't, unless Mr. Reedy can think of a way, I don't see how pleading this case out could be considered a violation of his probation, a new violation of his probation.
Right, but I guess that's what he needs to speak to his attorney and just.
Yeah, let me just have a word
I can't
with
give him
him, Judge.
advice,
Yeah,
so
of
he's
course.
gotta talk to. So, go answer the phone and speak to your attorney, Mr. Codrington, and then you can come back and tell me if you've decided. Michael Gallo?
Mr. Gallo is here at Main Judge. He's
Hey,
approaching.
Deputy, I
Come
need
on
to
up,
talk
Mr.
to
Gallo.
Mr. Codrington. Thanks.
All right, Mr. Gallo, you're before the court. You were arrested on July 12th. So you're back for a second look at your bond status.
Your Honor, his bond was kept at $1,000. I'm asking the court to keep the bond in place. The allegations in this case are, it was at a Taco Bell. The victim and Mr. Gallo were leaving at the same time. The victim held the door for him, waiting for him to leave. At that point, he allegedly grabbed her buttocks over her pants. The officer mentions a previous incident, and the officer that identified him is personally known to this officer. And he mentions that he knows him from an incident where one of the incidents was him removing his penis from his pants and attempting to rub it on a female who was stepping out of her vehicle. There's another incident where in June of 2016 in Judge Porst's division, he exposed himself to numerous men and women in open court. And there was another exposure prior to that as well, Your Honor.
Judge, he can't afford anything, but he does advise me that he has a place to stay. So I don't know if the court will consider releasing him under supervision.
I'm gonna deny.
Judge, I take that back.
I'm gonna deny that at this time. His bond is $1,000, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Yadira Nunez.
All right.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Ms. Nunez. Ms. Nunez is here for a second look at her bond status. She was arrested on July 25th.
Yes, and Judge Benson raised her bond to $500, and Your Honor, I'd ask that the court to keep the bond in place. The reason Judge Benson raised her bond is we frankly don't know who this is. Yadira Nunez is the name and the ID that she had when she was arrested in this matter. At first, she was booked as Jane Doe. She produced an Arkansas driver's license in the name of Yadira Morales Nunez. The photo on the driver's license did not resemble Doe, and she cannot recite personal information such as her address, place of birth, social security number, and cannot pronounce the state where she said she was born in Arkansas. Teletype ran an NCIC, nothing came back. Her listed address is the Hard Rock.
Okay.
Do you have a place to go, Miss Nunez?
Yes, I do, sir.
Where would you go?
I was supposed to start a job yesterday at 1476 South Palm Avenue, Pembroke Pines, Corliss, Eden.
What type of work were you going to be doing?
I was going to be a receptionist for her.
And where are you going to stay?
She offered me a place there, and I accepted.
Do you know her phone number?
I do not, but I do have the phone number of someone in New York that can assist with that.
Vince wants to
All
see
right, I'm gonna leave Ms. Nunez bond at $500. Okay.
We're ready on Mr. Codrington, Judge.
All right.
Who would like to resolve his case
All
today?
right, ma'am, you have a $500 bond. I'm going to leave that in place.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Codrington is at main jail?
No, he's in Paul Ryan, Judge. That's him right there.
Oh.
Hello?
All right. Mr. Codrington, what are we doing now? Have you
We're gonna
decided?
resolve, I believe.
All right. Well, you gotta tell me. I don't know. You're saying I believe. What are you doing? Are you have you decided to resolve your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
So, and you understand that the offer is a withhold adjudication and court costs?
Yeah. How much is the court cost?
$293.
Okay, no problem. And I'll have no points added to my license, correct?
Did you have that conversation with your attorney?
Yeah, he said no points.
Okay, so, all right, so please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And Mr. Codrington, do you understand everything that has been discussed here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any more questions for your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
You understand you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand, sir, that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today, it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes, ma'am.
What plea do you wish to enter, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence, sir, is withhold adjudication and court costs. Good luck, sir.
We'll go on.
All right, Colin O'Donnell.
Mr. O'Donnell is here present. Judge at Maine approaching. Come on up, sir.
Mr. O'Donnell is here for a second look at his bond status. He was arrested on July 25th. So he has 2 misdemeanors, resisting without violence and trespass after warning.
Judge, in speaking to Mr. O'Donnell, he's not wanting to resolve the matter. He wishes to have his stay in court. He's asking if the court would consider an ROR. He only has a $100 bond and he's still in custody, Judge, since the 25th.
The reason he wasn't ROR'd by Judge Benson is because he has no ties to the community. He's from Pennsylvania.
Well, where does Mr. O'Donnell live? This says his address is Pennsylvania.
Judge, Mr. Lender is correct. He's from Pennsylvania. He just recently relocated down here to South Florida, and he's looking to establish his ties and work and things of that nature. But right now, as you see, he's still in custody. He wants to dispute these allegations.
Where does
That's
he
why he's
live?
asking.
If he
He was living at that hotel.
Yeah, there must be some resources because they wouldn't, this is a pretty nice hotel and they wouldn't have given him a room, wouldn't have let him in to get into a room unless, I imagine, a credit card or something, so. Is that near here?
If this truly happened the way it did, I don't understand. I'm gonna leave the bond in place. All he had to do was leave if they told him to leave. But again, I never know what's going on, fully. Jose Garcia?
He's approaching, Judge. He's here at Maine. Come on up, sir.
All right, Mr. Garcia was arrested on July 26th, so is back for bond status, on a trespassing charge. How much, bond does he have?
It's a $25 bond, Your Honor.
$25?
Yeah, it's trespassing somewhere at the airport. He just pled out the same charge at the same location last month. I don't know if he's looking to resolve the matter now.
He is.
The offer would be an adjudication time served, but it won't be a time served offer the next time he's caught trespassing at the airport.
Is it at Fort Lauderdale Airport?
Yes, ma'am.
I do remember Mr. Garcia.
He wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
Mr. Garcia, before we take the plea, you understand that you've been trespassed from the airport, Fort Lauderdale Airport?
Yes.
And so, what does that mean?
I was trespass.
Oh, yeah, but what does it mean?
Not to return.
Okay, so we understand clearly what that means, all right? I just want to make sure. So, with that in mind, you wish to accept the adjudication and time served?
Yes.
All right, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Mr. Garcia, do you understand everything that we've discussed here today?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No.
Do you need any more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
And sir, have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No.
And do you understand, sir, that you do have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right?
Yes.
Do you understand, sir, that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes.
What plea do you wish to enter, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given, and your sentence is adjudication and time served. Mr. Garcia, you have 6 months to pay your court costs, okay? All right, Gregory Leroy.
Come to Your Honor. How you doing?
I'm okay, Mr. Leroy. You're before the court for a trespassing charge. You were arrested on July 26th, so this is your second look at a bond status. How much bond has been imposed?
It's a $25
It's
bond.
a $25 bond. So, Mr. Leroy, what do you wish to do today?
Resolve the case.
Offered be an adjudication time served. He cannot return to Nova Southeastern University campus in Davie.
Okay. Did you hear that, sir?
Yeah, Your Honor, I was
Sir,
actually.
sir, don't, just listen
Okay.
to me. You are not allowed to return to Nova Southeastern Davie campus. Do you understand that?
That's fine.
All right.
You?
All right. So please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. And Mr. Leroy, do you understand the offer that has been extended to you today?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No.
Do you need any more time to speak with an attorney?
Not at this time.
And sir, do you understand that you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right?
Yes.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No.
And do you understand, sir, that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today, it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes.
What plea do you wish to enter, Mr. Leroy? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence is adjudication time served. And as we discussed at the top of your plea, no return to Nova Southeastern Davie campus. Okay, good luck,
yes.
sir. Good luck.
Okay.
All right.
Or ever.
Manusheka Bastien. Do we have Miss Bastien somewhere? All right, so Miss Bastien.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Miss Bastien was arrested on July 26th. And how much bond does she have?
It was reduced from, I believe, 500 to 100.
Okay. All right, Miss Bastien, what's going on today? What do you want to do?
Ma'am, I would like it if I could get a ROR.
What kind of record does she have?
This is her second prostitution this year.
Okay.
I'm just checking.
Oh, yes, I would like to resolve it, ma'am.
Oh.
Let us know.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. My
Okay.
apologies. I'm a little bit in the twilight right now.
All right.
Yes, I would like to resolve it completely.
I don't want you to be in the twilight if you want to take a plea, so.
Oh, no, ma'am, because I have to use a restroom, so I'm kind of doing like the Tinko dance right now.
Okay. On that note, the offer is adjudication, time served, HIV test. She just needs to know, this is 2 this year. A third one means probably be charged as a felony. And
All
there will
right, so
be
you understand this is your second prostitution charge this year. If you get a third, it'll be a felony. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand, ma'am. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
What plea do you wish to enter? Guilty or no contest?
No contest,
I
ma'am. No
accept
contest.
your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence is adjudication, time served, and you must take a HIV test. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Am I really? Okay.
All right, good luck. Go use the
Thank you.
restroom.
Please.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good one, Miss Powell.
All right.
Love this job.
Welcome back.